What time is it now? 9 in the morning?
About 9:30, yeah.
What time do you start your day?
Probably around 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
I go to bed right around 5. Oh. So it's like I don't even know how you guys wake up and do anything.
Cups of coffee.
I literally have to watch like every lockup episode before I fall asleep. And then you guys are just getting up. I'm finishing my last lockup episode, and then you guys are getting up to do morning radio. I can't do that. I don't know how you do it.
Coffee.
So excuse the eye boogers in my eyes, and the lines on my face from my sleep apnea mask.
Is
So
that
I have
is that like a mint julep type mask or?
No, you don't know what a sleep apnea mask is?
I don't.
That's awful. I have a sleeping disorder.
Okay.
And I have to wear this Bane mask. You know the mask that Bane wears?
Yes,
I wear that on my face like that. And a hose comes out, and that's how I sleep. Soundly, that's how I sleep. On my face.
So for Halloween, you don't have to.
This is what
really
I sound like
much,
when
right?
I sleep. It's the worst. It's so awful to look at.
So I got to ask, so the question is there an alarm with that? Like, you knock yourself out with your sleep apnea mask, do you wake up like right away? Or do you feel like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed today?
No, I mean, the cool thing is, there's little straps on the side.
Okay.
And every now and then I'll lay on the strap and it unsnaps. And then that's when I begin dying. That's when I start to die. Because without the mask, I cannot breathe. So I sleep like beautiful. This is what I look like when I have the mask on. It's the most beautiful thing you'll ever see, me sleeping like this with the mask. And then the strap will come off, and then this is what it looks like. And then this thing's just blowing air.
You ever thought about putting a GoPro before you go to bed and just taping the whole thing?
No, my girlfriend's usually right next to me going, "Oh my God, you're dying! You're dying!" It's horrible. And then you put it back on. It's the craziest thing.
That's
I'm
intense.
not even exaggerating. I wish I was making that up.
I believe you.
But it is the most awful thing you'll ever see a man go through.
Yeah.
Dying in his sleep. It looks like a ghost is choking me. Because I look like... that's what I look like.
Yeah, not a fun thought.
Just trying to pull hands off.
So you're too.
I woke up one time. This is before I had my sleep apnea machine, and my mom's the one that told me that I had a really bad case of sleep apnea. She didn't even know it was sleep apnea. She just thought I was dying. Because no one knew. I didn't know what sleep apnea was. And literally, every day she would go, "Joe, you're dying. You're dying in your sleep. It's scary. I can't even watch it anymore." And then literally, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was just, and my mom's looking at me like this. "I told you you're dying." It was just, I was like, "How long have you been watching me?" "The whole night." "You're dying, Joseph." She had it on video. "I recorded it." "You need to watch yourself die." And that's when I watched that video. That's when I went to the doctor, and they told me you have sleep apnea.
That's intense.
Actually, I'm wrapping up that story and making it sound like the video, and then I went to the doctor. Yeah. I still neglected my health for like 3 years, even though I knew I was dying. I want you to know that. I just summed it up for you. But literally, I saw the video, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm dying. And then like for another 3 years, I went on, and then I was on tour with Carlos Mencia.
Okay.
And we're in a tour bus, and I couldn't sleep. There was like 16 bunks in the back, and I couldn't sleep back there because I knew if I went to sleep, I would wake up the whole bus. So I waited for all of them to go to sleep, and then I slept in like the dining room of the bus, the front of the bus, and that's how I would sleep up there so no one could hear me sleep. And then Ned, Carlos, he got up to go do morning radio, and he saw me sleeping, and he woke me up. He goes, "Hey, bro, you have sleep apnea, bro." He goes, you can't be up. My stepdad has that, bro." And he flew me out to his stepdad's doctor. He paid for everything, yeah. And he paid for my mask. He paid for the everything. He paid for everything, the appointment, everything. He paid for it on his bill. So, thank you, Carlos, for saving my life.
Wow, that's an interesting story. I never thought. You don't often hear those tales of Carlos.
Well, let me start. Oh, for Ned. Yeah, he's a great guy, man. Yeah, he's done some. You know, I feel bad what's happened, but he was good to me. You know what I mean? He pushed me, and opening for him was a big thing, and that whole sleep apnea thing. He saved my life basically. He
That's
paid
awesome.
for it. Yeah, paid for it.